What's the outside mic? UCO too?
And it should be
Wait till Tom gets in the dugout. He always answers.
Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing. Okay. Put my overlays on. Put my overlays on. I need my overlays. Huh? Okay. All right, folks, we're live. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Alburnett's batting first. I'm getting my notes up here. I'm also keeping score, so forgive me if there's any delays. That ball's chopped right up the middle. Ladeberg looks to run her back. He goes over to first to make the play. So that'll be the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Rylan Rozek. He's a sophomore. He's batting 182 so far this season. He's got 8 hits and 44 at-bats. Here's the pitch. That pitch gets away from Shore. Shore's going to whip it down to third, and runner's going to advance. So that'll put a runner on third, but there are 2 outs. Rozek's got 8 RBIs so far this season. He takes that pitch on the inside corner. Makes the count 2 balls and no strikes. And here's the pitch. That pitch is taken outside. This Alburnett team's really good at getting on base. They take a lot of walks. That pitch is taken for a strike. They've got 8 hitters with an on-base percentage of over 400. 0-2's the count here. And here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Jake applies the tag, and that'll do it. .23. Sorry, I got to report the pitch count. All right, folks, I'm back live. Had to fix a couple of issues with the game changer. So Kelly was able to reach on the air. He's standing at first base. Jacob Shore, he popped out to the second baseman. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken on the outside corner for a strike. You guys, do you need this? Do you need this? Okay. Tried to pick off Justice at first. Nothing happening there. Ladeberg's batting .435 on the season. He's Wapsie's leading hitter. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken outside for a ball. Makes her count 1 ball and 1 strike. Ladeberg's also got an on-base percentage of .532. He's slugging .587. All lead the team. Another pickoff there, but Justice is back safely. Justice does have 12 stolen bases on the season. We'll see if he's running here. They'll throw another throw over to first. Justice is back in safely. Rozek only has he's thrown out 5 base runners. Here's a pitch. The pitch is taken. Oh, that's taken for a strike. So that makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. I'm sure Ladeberg will be protecting here. Their pitcher is Rose, Carson Rose. He's a junior. That pitch is taken outside for a ball. He comes into this game 4-2. He's got a 196 earned run average, 43 strikeouts, and just 39.1 innings pitched. So he's one of their better pitchers. He's made 7 starts so far this season. Rose is paying a lot of attention to the base runner. He must have seen those 12 stolen bases. That'll bring up Jackson Coleman. He's a senior. He's batting .351 on the season so far. He's got a .421 on-base percentage. Leads the team with 26 RBIs. He also tied for the team lead with Tucker Ladeberg with 11 doubles. So we'll see if he can get a hold of one here. First, we're going to have another pickoff attempt. And Justice is back in safely. Jackson asks for time. Nathan Richards is behind the plate. Tonight. Blake Bohr is the one out in the infield. That one's taken for a strike. Bohr got called into umpiring duty, so he's not our usual PA announcer tonight. Here's the pitch from Rose. That pitch is driven straight back for a foul ball. Makes her count 0-2. Coleman's got a .421 on-base percentage. Another attempted pickoff. How many is that? 10? 10 attempted pickoffs? Got to be up there. You think 6? Zach Babers is behind me. He says 6. Another one. So that's number 7. I mean, the lead's not even all that big. I don't think Justice is running at all. He's got the exact same lead that he's had every single time. But he's paying a lot of attention to him. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So that'll do it for the bottom of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. We're going to head to the top of the second inning. Our score remains 0-0. All right, we're back live for the top of the second inning. We've got their 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up for the Pirates. The first batter is Hunter Sauer. He's just a freshman. First pitch is fouled straight back for a strike. Sauer's got a .312 batting average. He's got a .411 on-base percentage. He leads the team with 19 RBIs. Here's a pitch from Latteberg. That pitch is swung on and fouled straight back. Makes our count 0-2. Sauer's got 24 hits so far this season and just 77 at-bats. The stats I'm looking at, by the way, are a little dated. They're about from 5 games ago. They haven't updated their scoring for the past few games. So if there's any Alburnett fans out there, you'll need to get onto your coaches for that one. I believe these stats are through the Tipton game, if you're familiar with your schedule. That pitch is taken outside for a ball. So that makes our count 2 balls and 2 strikes. We had some technical difficulties getting this up and running. For some reason, we lost our internet. That pitch is also taken outside for a ball. Makes our count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken for a ball. So that'll put a runner on first with nobody out. And that'll bring up Peyton Baker. Baker's got a .291 batting average. 16 hits and 55 at-bats. He's a junior. Got a .409 on-base percentage. Here's the pitch from Latteberg. That pitch is taken for a strike for strike 1. I see there's a few people jumping on. Spread the word. We're live. Tell your friends to get on, watch, listen. That ball gets away from shore. The runner was going, so that'll go as a stolen base. That's Sauer's 9th stolen base of the season. Alburnett does run. They've got 71 stolen bases as a team. Here's a pitch. He shows bunt. Baker, and it gets away from shore again. So Sauer's going to advance to third base. We'll call that one on a wild pitch. Baker's getting his sign from the coach. He has it now. Latteberg is set. And here's the pitch. That pitch is bunted. It's going to go to the second baseman. And he's going to get him at first. So that's going to lead to a run. We'll put that down as a sacrifice bunt. That'll go Garrett Shannon to Kuhlman. But the run will score. So that'll make the score 1-0. That brings up Foster. That first pitch is taken upstairs for a ball. Cooper Foster, he's a sophomore. He's 0 for 4 so far in the season. That pitch is taken for a ball. Latteberg does have his moments where he does struggle finding the strike zone, but once he settles in, he can dominate. Cooper calls time. Foster. Latteberg checks the runner. And here's the pitch. He shows bunt. He fouls it straight back. That'll make the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. I didn't have down this team had a lot of sacrifice bunts. In fact, I even erased that count. I think they had like 2. And so far, we've seen quite a few attempts at them tonight. The first run was scored off of a sacrifice bunt. Caves is the number 9 hitter. He might be just looking to get him into scoring position for the top of their lineup. That pitch is swung on, chopped to Ladeberg. He flips it over to Kuhlman for the second out of the inning. Nice play by Ladeberg. So that'll bring up the top of their lineup, Braden Smith. Braden has been the Pirates' top hitter so far this season. He's a .353 batting average, .506 on-base percentage. That pitch is swung on and fouled off his leg. Make his count 0-1. He leads the team with 23 runs scored, 24 hits so far this season. Ladeberg checks the runner, and here's the pitch. That pitch is taken up and in for ball 1. Where's mine? That's right. Here's the pitch from that pitch. It's fouled straight up and out of play. Brett Bergman's up here, and he gives the K-Way guy a hot dog and a Reese's. The K-Way is more important than the live stream guy. I figured that out tonight. But anybody that knows me knows I'm dieting anyway. I'd had to eat the hot dog out of the bun. That pitch is swung on. Justice is able to get to it, but he's not able to come up with it. So that'll go as an infield single. And that'll put runners on the corners. That'll bring up Carson Rose. He's just a junior. He's batting .324 so far this season. He's got 14 RBIs. He's got an RBI situation here. And here's the pitch from Ladeberg, taken up and in for ball 1. Again, if you're just joining in, I'm going to keep you posted on what the balls and strikes are. I'm not updating it on the scoreboard. I'll keep the score updated for you because I'm also doing the game changer as well. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed for strike 1. That makes our count 1 ball and 1 strike. I'm surprised Smith hasn't taken off yet. He does lead the team with 13 stolen bases. He was going on that one, but Rose fouled it off. So it makes our count 1 ball and 2 strike. Shore has thrown out 5 base stealers, would-be base stealers, on the season so far. Ladeberg looks for the sign. And here's the pitch. Runner takes off again. That pitch is taken for a strike. Ooh. So that'll do it for the top of the second inning. So we have no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base. We'll be back for the bottom of the second inning here in just a minute. First, actually, I do need to get some announcements out. This season's live stream is sponsored by Access Systems. They're an Iowa-based company with offices across the state of Iowa and surrounding states. They feature copiers and printing solutions along with IT and phone solutions. They keep offices connected. Also, big thank you to Vandale Insurance in Fairbank. They can help you with auto, home, health, life, crop, and commercial insurance. Talk to Amber or Chad Vandale or any one of their fine agents. Also, big thank you to Costa's Sports Bar and Grill in Fairbank. If you're looking for a nice place to watch the game or take the family out for dinner, they do it all at Costa's Sports Bar and Grill. Stop in and say hi to Benny and Nita. They're terrific people, and they run a great business in Fairbank. Thank you for being a sponsor and supporting our Wapsie Valley Baseball live stream. We'll be back here in just a moment. All right, we're getting ready for the bottom of the second inning. Up for the Warriors is Briar Bellis. Briar Bellis is batting .225 in the season so far. He's got a .371 on-base percentage. He has been hitting the ball really well as of late. He takes that first pitch for a strike. Briar's just an 8th grader. He's got 18 hits so far this year. That pitch is swung on, driven right to the second baseman on a soft liner, and that'll retire Bellis. That was to Caves. So that'll bring up Blake Hesse. He's a freshman. He's batting .271 on the season so far. Got a .320 on-base percentage. He's second in the team in RBIs with 24. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken for a strike. For strike one. I did talk to the coach before the game. They said that Rose is going to be on a pitch count. They don't expect him to pitch very long. They're just wanting to try some different things. We'll probably see Braden Smith also. Rose does feature a changeup. He's not overpowering. That pitch is taken down low. That one is at 66 miles an hour. That makes our count 1 ball and 1 strike. Said he throws a changeup. I believe he also throws a slider. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken outside for a ball. Coach was really impressed with the Warriors field. Talked about how everything looks well, and of course we've got the new lights. And he's very complimentary on our team. So Wapsie has a very talented team. Told me that they needed to value the outs tonight. And talking on both sides, that pitch is taken for a strike. Oh, I'm sorry, taken for a ball. So that'll put Hesse on first. That's only Hesse's 4th walk on the season. So he didn't want to give up outs on defense, and also he wanted to value the plates because he recognizes his team gets on base a lot, but they haven't driven in a lot of runs. So that was one of his keys to the game. And, of course, like many coaches say, he wants his team to his pitchers to throw strikes. And I hear that from just about every coach. Here's the pitch from Rose. The pitch is swung on, chopped foul on the left-hand side. Mason Harder is batting .258 on the season so far, but he's got a .402 on-base percentage. So he has been doing a good job getting walks. He's got 13 of them on the season, along with 17 hits. Here's the pitch from Rose. That pitch is taken inside for a ball. Makes the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Last night, Alburnett won 18-3 against North Cedar. They had a heartbreaker Wednesday night. They lost to Jessup 13-12. There's an attempted pickoff. Hesse is back in easily. That was a game that they were down, I believe, 9-0, and they came back, took the lead, but then lost it in. I think they came back and tied it, and then they lost it in the bottom of the 7th inning. And we're familiar with Jessup. Wapsie did that at their place as well, lost in the bottom of the 7th inning. So we're familiar with that. Here's the pitch from Rose. Swung on, driven out towards center field. Baker is under it and makes the catch. So that's the second out of the inning. And that brings up Manny Hebner. Manny's batting .253 on the season. Manny's been struggling the last couple of games. We'd like to see him get out of that right here. Sometimes you go up to the plate and you're trying too hard, and that's what Manny looks like he's doing right now. He's pressing. He's way ahead on a lot of his swings. But we know he's a good hitter. In fact, he was one of the hottest hitters about a week ago. So he'll bring it back around. So another attempted pickoff over at first base. Hebner leads the team with sacrifice bunts, sacrifice flies. So he does move runners along. That pitch is taken way outside for a ball. Our count's 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. That pitch is swung on, chopped foul, third base side. That'll make our count 1 ball and 1 strikes. Rose is pitching a little slow. I'm going to have to come up with stuff to talk to you guys about. A lot of pickoff moves and looks over at first. I'm used to him going quick. In fact, Hebner's called time, taking a little long. It's hard to maintain your concentration as a hitter for that long. And maybe that's part of Rose's strategy. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken outside for a ball. Makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Rose has been one of their better pitchers. Like I said, he's got a 196 earned run average coming into today's game. There's another pickoff attempt. And this could be part of the strategy to kind of help break the concentration of the hitter. But it means we're going to be here for a while, folks. Grab a beverage. Non-alcoholic, of course. Yep, there's another pickoff attempt. I am doing a high school live stream game, so I'm going to promote the non-alcoholic beverages. Manny asked for time. I mean, I can go through all the stuff that I asked the guys. I did ask their favorite show, what their favorite show was as a little boy. But it's a little early. I mean, I'm saving this material for like later innings. But I might have to use it. There's another throw over to first. So it's clearly affecting the hitters. So if that's part of the strategy, then I mean, more power to them, I guess. It's something different. Here's the pitch. Swung on, smashed into the gap between third and short. So Hebner gets a base hit there. Nice hit by Hebner. That'll put runners on first and second. There are 2 outs. That'll bring up Garrett Shannon. Garrett's got 4 hits so far in 18 at-bats. He does make a lot of contact. He's only struck out once. So he does make contact, just has only seen 4 hits. The Alburnett bench picks up their talk. That pitch was taken for a ball. Oh, no, that's the Wapsie bench that's making a lot of noise. Maybe they're trying to distract the pitcher. Here's the pitch from Rose. That pitch is taken for a strike. Makes the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Still 2 outs, runners on first and second. I don't know if the outside mic is working right now or not. I had trouble getting my headset going, which is what started all of this problems. That pitch is taken for strike 2. But if you can, there's a lot of noises going, I believe, from both dugouts right now. Some of the fans, expressing their pleasure of the stall tactics. Here's the pitch from Rose. That pitch is taken for strike 3. So that'll do it for Wapsie. And did you get Rose? 30? Okay, you got him. Okay, that'll do it for us in the bottom of the second inning. We'll head to the third inning. Due up is Stensland, Rozek, and Stensland. Isaac, and I don't remember who the other one is, but that's the next three that'll be due up. We'll be back here in just a minute. All right, we're back for the top of the third inning. Leading off is Isaac Stensland. He's a junior. He's batting .333 so far this season. Leads the team with 26 hits and 23 singles. Here's the pitch from Ladeberg. That pitch is taken for strike 1. Our score is still 1-0. Pirates leading the Warriors. Stensland's asked for time. Richards grants it. He stepped back into the batter's box, and we're ready. Ladeberg shakes off the first sign. Now he comes set. Here's the pitch. That pitch is swung on, driven high up in the air, but it's going to go foul. Makes the count 0-2. Tucker is 5-2 on the season so far. He's got a 106 earned run average, 51 strikeouts, and only 33 innings pitched. He leads the team in strikeouts. He last pitched on Monday night. That pitch is hit high up in the air, but foul. Out of play. Our count remains 1-2 strikes. Stensland's got a .458 on-base percentage. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So that's the first out in the inning. And that'll bring up Rylan Rozek. That first pitch gets away from Shore, but it's taken for a ball. Ladeberg comes set. And here's the pitch. Swung on, chopped right into the hole on the third base side for a base hit. So he's aboard with 1 out. And that'll bring up Lincoln Stensland. He's the designated hitter tonight. He's batting .313, has a .465 on base percentage. Like I said earlier, they do a really good job getting on base. 8 hitters with on base percentages of over .400. That pitch is high up in the air toward center field. Belisutz gets under it and makes the play for out number 1. Out number 2. So that pitch is taken down low for a ball. I think Latterberg needs to get back into his rhythm, though. And it's going to throw him off. He's not used to doing this tactic. And here's the pitch. That pitch is swung on, fouled on the first base side. Evens our count. 1 ball and 1 strike. And hey, a double bonus, if we can see the fireworks, so will you be able to see it. So just sit back, enjoy the game. Enjoy my play-by-play. Here's the pitch. Swung on, chopped up the middle. Lutterberg grabs it. He's going to run over and get it unassisted to retire the side. So that'll do it. And the top of the 3rd inning, we head to the bottom of the 3rd in just a minute. All right, we're back for the bottom of the 3rd inning. We're back to the top of the order for the Warriors. Due up for the Warriors is Kelly, Shore, and Latterberg. Looks like Rose is still on the mound. He's only at 30 pitches, so he may go a little longer than what the coach originally planned. So he looks in. Kelly asked for time, as Rose is taking a while to get the pitch that he wants to throw. Now he's set. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Headed toward right field. That ball is foul. Makes the count 0-1. Here's the pitch from Rose. That pitch is taken for a strike, for strike 2. Makes the count 0-2. Here's the pitch from Rose. Swung on, hit high up in the air. It's not very deep. Center fielder is under. That's Baker making the play for out number 1. So that'll bring up Jacob Shore. Jake is 0 for 1 in the game so far. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken for a strike. For strike 1. Here's the pitch from Rose. That's taken outside for a ball. That pitch hit 75 miles an hour. Coach did tell me he can hit mid-70s, low to mid-70s is what his fastball is at. That pitch is driven up in the air. It's high, but I think the left fielder gets under it. That's Obert and makes the catch for out number 2. That'll bring up Tucker Latterberg. He's the pitcher for tonight. Here's the pitch. That pitch is swung on, hit high up in the air, but it's going to go out of play. That's foul. Tucker comes into this game with a .435 batting average. He's 0 for 1 in this game so far. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit right into the gap between third and short, so that'll go for a hit. So that'll put a runner on with 2 outs. Brings up Jackson Kuhlman, the Warriors' first baseman. Into courtesy run is Hunter Curley. So let's see how many pickoff attempts there are. You counting them? You count them? Okay. I've got Hilsenbeck up here, Hayden Hilsenbeck. He's going to count on how many times he throws over for me. I got enough to keep track of here. Oh, here's the pitch. That pitch is swung on, hit right into the gap, and past the shortstop for another base hit. Heading to third is Hunter Curley, and he's going to be safe. Advancing to second on the play is Kuhlman. So that'll put runners at first and second. Did I say first? I meant second and third. The Warriors have a scoring opportunity now with Briar Bellis up. He's got 12 RBIs so far this season. Well, he asked for time. So there was a runner at first base, and there were no pickoff attempts made. 0. So I think we might be good on that. I haven't seen him throw to second and third. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken for a strike. So I wonder if he did change up his strategy a little bit. But he is taking a while coming to the plate yet. Bella stands in there. And here's the pitch. That pitch is swung on. It's driven into right field. It takes a funny hop, but that's going to plate 2 runs for the Warriors on a 2-run single. That'll give the Warriors a 2-1 lead. That'll give Bellis his 13th and 14th RBI on the season. And that'll bring up Blake Hesse. All this is with 2 outs. Latterberg got us going with a base hit, and Coleman got a hit. And Bellis drove him in. Here's the pitch from Rose. Swung on, hit foul. Makes our count 0-1. Rose does lead the team in innings pitch with 39.1. Rose checks the runner, and there's number 1. Now, I don't blame him for keeping the runner close because Bellis does, I think he leads the team in stolen bases. Yeah, he's got 17 stolen bases on the season. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit high up in the air, but it's going to go foul. Out of play, right-hand side. Wapsie's won 2 of the last 3 meetings. Last year they met up in New Albin, where the home of the Keyhawks. They won 14-4 last season. Rose comes set. Hey, he's going to throw over to first. Number 2. the Warriors were able to break through this inning. Able to plate 2 runs. Hesse asked for time, so Rose will step off. Now Hesse gets back in the batter's box. Hesse's got his batting average up to 271. He's been very hot lately. Here's a pitch. A pitch is taken outside. It squirts away from the catcher, but not far enough to advance the runner. Bellis heads back to first base. I think Coach Jakin is playing this one conservative. Rosick does have he has thrown out 5 would-be base runners on, and only 28 have actually stolen base. That ball gets away from Hesse, or from Rosick, so he's going to advance. Or Hesse is going to reach first base on a drop third strike. So that'll put runners at first and second. Still 2 outs. Brings up Mason Harder. Mason is 0 for 1 in the game so far. Like I said, he's been doing better at the plate as well. He's got his average up to 258. If I remember correctly, got a hit last night against Sumner Fredericksburg. Boy, what a game that was. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken down low for a ball. Wapsie was leading the entire game last night at Sumner Fredericksburg, and they lost it in the bottom of the 7th inning. Wapsie out-hit them 11-5, but weren't able to convert the runs. Time was called right when Rose was getting ready to pitch. So that ended the Wapsie Valley win streak. They were on an 8-game winning streak at the time. Here's a pitch taken for a strike. Makes the count 1 ball and 1 strike. And that'll end Wapsie Valley's conference record at 8-4, because that was the last game of the conference season. The rest of these games will count toward the overall record. Wapsie's 19-10 on the season. That pitch is taken outside for a ball. Kind of giving you guys some of the notes that I wasn't able to go through in my pregame. Coach Jakin his keys to the game tonight was focus and defense. He wanted his players to focus. Defense is always important. There was a couple of key errors made last night that allowed some of the runs. And like I said, the Cougars only had 5 hits last night, so they did get some help. He wants to continue with his great pitching and continue with the great hitting. We've been getting hits. Hits have not been a problem. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Harder kind of chased an outside pitch there. But I've seen some umpires call that a strike, so he's probably going to be swinging anything close now. Rose comes set. And here's the pitch. Swung on, hit high up in the air. It's in the infield. Rose is calling everybody off, and he makes the play. And that'll retire the side. Sorry for the delays. I'm getting Bavers a pitch count, so that way he has them to report over. Like I said, I'm doing the scoring on the game changer. But that'll do it in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Warriors do break through for 2 runs. They now lead this one 2-1. We'll be back for the top of the 4th inning in just a minute. right, we're back live for the top of the fourth inning. Due up is Baker, Foster, and Caves. Their 7, 8, and 9 hitter. Ladeberg is at 60 pitches. The first pitch is taken upstairs for a ball. That pitch is lined toward second, and it's going to get past the second baseman into right field for a base hit. Harder went over to cut it off. Baker was the one that drove in a run off the sacrifice bunt. So he had an RBI. That'll bring up Foster. That's Cooper Foster. I think he walked his first time up. I'm not sure. I see him as 0 for 0. No pitch yet. Foster asks for time again. He's getting the sign from the coach. I don't see the coach even telling him, no, he's going to give the sign to the first base, the one at first base, which is Baker. Tucker's going to throw over. Casual throw. Now Foster's ready. Ladeberg checks the runner. And here's the pitch. That pitch is taken for a strike for strike one. Ladeberg gets his sign, checks the runner. And here's the pitch. Foster shows bunt. Baker's going to take off for second, and he's going to get a stolen base. But he is down 0-2 in the count. He took that second pitch for a strike. Here's a pitch from Ladeberg. Swung on, chopped on the first base side, but foul. Coleman will retrieve the ball and get it back to Ladeberg. Here's the pitch from Ladeberg. He fouled that off his leg. Count will remain 0-2. The lights have been turned on here at Wapsie Valley Baseball Field. It's finally cooled off a little bit. Temperatures were in the mid-80s earlier today. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken outside for a ball. But it looks like it's going to be a nice evening. So for those of you that are enjoying Fairbank Days or are going to head out to see the fireworks later, it'll probably be a nice, cool evening. Here's a pitch from Ladeberg. Swung on and missed for strike three. So that's the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Lakin Caves. He's an 8th grader. He's got the team's other triple. Logan Borrett has the other one. I don't think he's here. Coach told me one of the players had field work to do. That pitch is swung on, hit toward the first baseman. Kuhlman will pick it up, step on the bag to retire Caves. So that'll make 2 outs in the inning. Advancing to third is Baker. But there's now 2 outs in the inning. That'll bring up the top of their lineup. Braden Smith, he does have a hit. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken for a strike. Like I mentioned earlier, Braden Smith has been their top offensive player this season. So I'm sure the Pirates like having him up in this. With a runner on third, that pitch is taken for a ball. Makes the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Smith has 11 RBIs on the season so far. Here's the pitch from Latterberg. That's a curveball, 63 mile an hour, taken high for a ball. Makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Latterberg would like to leave that runner at third. That pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2. Makes the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken down low. Almost gets away from Shore. He was able to smother it. So that'll make our count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. I asked the visiting team my typical question, who's your favorite team? Oh, that pitch gets away from Shore. Coming home is Baker. He tries to flip it to Latterberg, and it kind of goes through. So that'll tie up the game on the wild pitch. That'll make the score 2-2. That'll bring up Carson Rose. Carson's 0 for 2 in the game. He struck out twice. Here's the pitch. Smith takes off running. He's going to be in safely. First pitch is taken for first pitch is strike. The first pitch was called a strike. So 0-1's a count. Here's the pitch. Pitch is taken outside for a ball. Makes the count 1-1. Pirate dugout is making a lot of noise over there. Encouraging their team, trying to distract the Warriors. I like seeing that. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken outside for a ball. Makes the count 2-1. Latterberg has thrown 18 pitches so far in this inning, up to 78. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit toward the first base side. Kuhlman's going to pick it up and retire the Pirates. But the damage has been done. They tie it up. So we're now tied 2-2. We'll be back for the bottom of the 4th inning here in just a minute. All right, we're back for the bottom of the 4th inning. Due up for the Warriors is Hebner, Shannon, and Kelly. Rose is still in at pitcher. He's only at 50 pitches so far this season. Manny got a hit in his first time at bat. And a little bit of a drought for him. I'm sure he feels much better now as a hitter. Rose steps off. Maybe they have a complicated set of signs. Here's the pitch. The pitch is taken outside for a ball. Makes it count 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken upstairs for ball 2. Makes the count 2-0. So the question of the night is what is your favorite show as a little boy when you were younger? That pitch is foul. Makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Manny's favorite show when he was a little boy was one of my grandson's favorite show. Paw Patrol is what he told me his favorite show was as a kid. Game's been delayed. The coach is coming out to talk to the catcher. The assistant coach is talking to the umpire. They're pointing over toward the third base side. Not sure what the discussion is about. So they finished their conversation, head back to the dugout. Hebner gets a couple of extra practice swings in. Adjusts his socks. Two and one's our count. But Paw Patrol is his favorite TV show. That pitch is taken inside for ball. Runs our count to 3 balls and 1 strike. But yeah, I've watched that show plenty of time. Let's see, Chase. That's not one of the Paw Patrol characters, Chase. I believe he's the cop. That pitch is taken outside for ball 4. Hebner gets on base for the second time in the game with a walk. First one was off a hit. That'll bring up Garrett Shannon. I believe Garrett struck out his first time at bat. He doesn't strike out very often. He's very good at making contact. He's got 4 hits so far this season. Here's the pitch. Shannon shows bunt. He's going to get it down to third base side. The third baseman picks it up. He throws it over, and it gets past the first baseman. Rounding to second is Hebner. Hebner's looking to score. There's not going to be a play at the plate. He's saved. Hebner just scored all the way from first base off of a bunt. Let me get that score down. But he'll score on the error. But Shannon's now over at first base with a bunt single, is how I'm calling that. He put it at a perfect spot. Third baseman had a barehanded. He threw wildly to the first baseman, who wasn't able to corral it. That brings up Justice Kelly. Justice shows bunt. He takes the first pitch for a strike. I don't think Justice has bunted yet this season. He may be trying to draw into third baseman. Justice leads the team. Actually, he leads the conference in singles with 32 of them so far this season. Throw over to first. That's the first one. Justice comes into this game batting .370. He's got a .479 on-base percentage. He had 2 favorite shows when he was a kid. He liked SpongeBob SquarePants. Who doesn't like that show, though, right? But he also likes Jake and Josh was his other one. That pitch gets away from the catcher, but he's able to corral it. That'll even the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Justice is second on the team in walks with 18. Kane Schmidt still holds the lead in walks with 19. I did forget, we were doing fathers for the last game. Favorite memory. That pitch is driven up the middle and through for a base hit. So that'll move the runner up to second. That'll bring up Jake Shore. But to finish my thought on Kane Schmidt, I forgot to mention it. The game was really short. We 10-run the team. It was South Hardin we were playing. Kane's favorite thing to do with his dad was he likes going up to the cabin up at the river, up the Mississippi. And he enjoys to go fishing. But I wanted to make sure I got that out because I did forget to mention Kane. Oh, he likes to boat. He likes to go boating. Wasn't he didn't tell me fishing, it was boating. There's going to be a visit at the mound. Might be a pitching change here. But yeah, last game it did a little bit of a tribute to the dads since celebrating the dads was on everybody's mind after last weekend. And just so that I don't forget, Kane Schmidt's favorite TV show when he was a kid was Teen Titan to Go. I shouldn't say kid; they're all still kids, but young boy. Teen Titan to Go is his favorite show when he was younger. Richards heads out to the mound to break it up. And it looks like we have a new pitcher. So in the pitch is Braden Smith. He is the second pitcher of the inning. He features a fastball. Coach said it's a low 70s fastball. Also throws a changeup once in a while, but he's also throws a good curveball. On the season, he's 2-5. Got a 4.16 earned run average. He struck out 34 in 32 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .266. Shore steps in. He's 0 for 2 in the game so far. Jake came into this game batting .380. He's got a .456 on base percentage. Jake calls time. So here's the pitch. That pitch is down low for a ball. Jake Shore's favorite show as a young man was SpongeBob. SpongeBob SquarePants. I know a lot of adults that enjoy that show. I'm not one of them. That pitch is called a strike. Evens account, 1 ball and 1 strike. I mean, I'll watch it. I watched it a lot when my kids were younger because they watched it and they enjoyed it. It's one of those. I'm sure everybody's seen it, but it's a stupid funny, right? And that can be entertaining to watch. That pitch is smashed into right field for a base hit. Rounding third and trying to score is Shannon, and he's going to score. But Justice is going to be off the bag at third, trying to advance to third base. So that'll be the first out in the inning. Brings up Tucker Latterberg. Jake is still over at first base. Justice would have been safe, but he wasn't able to keep his hand on the bag. So the tag was applied after he came off the bag. Justice was trying to slide around the third baseman and wasn't quite able to keep his hands wrapped around that bag. So he came off and he got tagged out. So here's the pitch. That pitch is taken for a ball. But there's a runner on first base with only one out. There's no breeze today. The flag is just doing nothing. A pitch is taken outside for a ball. There was a nice little breeze coming out of the west earlier. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken for a strike. Makes our count 2 balls and 1 strike. Over to first is Smith. But Shore's back in safely. Smith checks the runner. Comes home. Pitch is swung on, chopped up the middle. Second baseman gets it, flips it to the shortstop for the second out of the inning. So that'll put Latteberg at first with 2 away. Shore is out at second. And I believe Curley's going to come in as a courtesy run, and he will. That'll bring up Jackson Kuhlman. Jackson is 1 for 2. By the way, Tucker Latteberg's favorite show was also SpongeBob SquarePants. But Jackson gave me a different one. Jackson gave me a show called Ed, Ed, and Eddie. I've never heard of it. It's an older cartoon, is it? Okay. Zach is telling me what it is. He hits that one right up the middle, but and it's going to bounce off the shortstop's glove for. Going to be close. That'll go as an error. So he reached on an error. That'll put runners on first and second. And brings up Briar Bellis. Briar is 1 for 2 in the game so far. He's the one that had that big 2-out single earlier that scored 2 runs for the Warriors. He's got another RBI opportunity here if we can bring Hunter Curley around. That first pitch is taken down low for a ball. Briar's favorite TV show as a kid was Ninja Turtles. He likes Ninja Turtles. Here's the pitch. The pitch is taken upstairs for a ball. Here's the pitch. That's taken inside for a ball. Bellows kind of had to jump a little bit out of the way to keep from getting hit. It's 3 balls and no strikes now. Bellows will probably do that little bunt waggle thing in front of the plate to try to. No, he's not. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken inside for ball 4. So Bellows draws a walk, and that'll load the bases for Blake Hesse. Like I said earlier in the game, Blake Hesse has been hitting the ball really well as of late. I know he's got a hit streak going. I don't know how many games it is. I should look that stuff up. But this is a good guy to have in this situation. The pitch gets way outside, but it bounces straight back to the catcher, so the runner's not able to advance. So that'll simply go as a ball. Here's the pitch from Smith. That pitch is swung on, driven toward right field, and that's going to drop for a base hit. In to score is Curley. Also in is Kuhlman. Over to third is Bellis. So that's an RBI single. So that'll put runners on the corner. Still 2 outs. The score is now 6-2. I'll get the score changed for you guys. Sorry about that. In the run is Caden Dana. Mason Harder is up to plate now. He's the 9th hitter in the lineup. Maybe the 9th. I mean, he's the 9th hitter of this inning. So they batted around. That pitch is swung on, foul on the right-hand side, and can't quite get to it. So Caden Dana came in to pinch run for Hesse. But I'm sure Hesse will re-enter the game. They can do that in high school sports. You can take out any player and they can re-enter once. That pitch gets away from the catcher. And the score is Bellis. Calling that one a pass ball. And advancing to second is Dana. That'll make our score 7-0. Mason Harder's looking at a 1-1 pitch. Whenever Smith is ready to throw it. He comes set, and here's the pitch. That pitch is outside, and that gets away from the catcher. Advancing to third is Dana. And that pitch bounced way up there, the top of the netting. Almost got out. That would have been an interesting call by the umpire. I wonder if they get 2 bases on that. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken for a strike, which would have scored the run. Harder's 0 for 2 in the game. He takes that. That's called strike 3. So that'll do it for the bottom of the 4th inning, but we did plate some more runs. The Warriors now lead 7-2. We'll be back for the top of the 5th inning here in just a minute. All right, we're back for the top of the 5th inning. Due up for Alburnett is Isaac Stenzlen, and then it's Rosick, and then it's Lincoln Stenzlen. Stenzlen is 0 for 2 in the game. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken upstairs for a ball. Here's the pitch from Ladeberg, taken outside for ball 2. Isaac's favorite teams is the Chicago Cubs. His favorite player is Marcus Stroman, fellow Cubs fan. First time I've heard anybody say Stroman is their favorite player. That pitch is taken down the inside corner for a strike. Here's the pitch from Latterberg. Swung on and missed for strike 2. That was a big, huge cut by Stensland. Here's the pitch. A pitch is taken just outside for a ball. Tucker wanted that call. Couldn't get it. Richards has had a pretty consistent strike zone as an umpire. That pitch is swung on, skied up in the air, but foul. The count remains the same. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ball got away from Tucker. Justice went over and picked it up for him. Here's a pitch from Latterberg, taken up high for ball 4. So that'll put a runner on first base. And that'll bring up Rylan Rosick. He's got a hit earlier in the game. He's 1 for 1. So he's singled and walked so far. He's another fellow Cubs fan. But his favorite player, he told me, was Yadier Molina. Takes a first pitch outside for a ball. I wonder if he did that because there are a couple of Cardinals fans in the dugout, and I told one of the guys that every time I ask somebody that there's a Cardinals fan, they always tell me their favorite player is Molina. So I'm wondering if that's why he said it, just to throw me off a little bit. That pitch is taken for a strike. You don't see too many Cubs fans that like Molina as their favorite player. But maybe he is. Molina is a good player. Here's the pitch. That pitch is swung on and fouled off to the left-hand side. Out of play. Makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Latterberg gets his sign. Comes set, and here's the pitch. That pitch is swung on, and that one's fouled off. So that was Latterberg's 90th pitch. So this might be his last batter, being that he did throw on Monday. Here's the pitch. It's swung on, driven toward right side, but out of play. Not quite out of play, but it's foul ball. It stayed in the park. I guess it did get over the fence. Latterberg asked for a new ball. He's going to get it from Coach Bergman, who also tosses Shore a couple more balls for the umpire. Here's the pitch from Latterberg. Swung on, a hit toward the left side and out of play. Another foul ball. Rosick's doing a really good job battling here. He's making Latterberg work. Here's a pitch from Latterberg. Swung on and missed. But it's dropped. He's not able to run to first. So that's the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Lincoln Stensland. He's 0 for 2 in the game. Doesn't look like there is going to be a pitching change. They're going to stick with Latterberg. He's at 93 pitches. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Chop foul. So that'll put Latterberg on a 4-day rest after today's game with the weekend coming up. That pitch is taken for a strike. Nice curveball. Makes the count 0-2. So he'll be eligible to pitch again next Wednesday, I believe. That pitch is swung on, hit up the middle, right over Justice's glove and into center field. Bellis fires it to third, and he's got to tag out the runner. Going home to third. Nice play by Bellis to Hesse. Let me record that. But that'll go down as a single for Rozek, and that brings up, Stensland. Brings up Sauer. Sauer is 0 for 1 in the game. Here's the pitch from Latterberg. That's taken for a strike. Now 2 outs in the inning. That was a nice throw by Bellis. Justice almost caught that ball, and if he would have had the runner at first because he was way off the bag. That pitch is grounded, foul. Makes the count 0-2. Sauer's favorite team is also the Cubs. But his favorite player is Ken Griffey Jr. Again, I question if he's old enough to even watch them play. That pitch is taken for a ball. But in today's video game age, he probably has used them as a player on one of those video games like The Show. There's a breaking ball, 63 mile an hour, but it's taken for a ball. And he was a great Hall of Fame player. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken outside for ball 3. That'll make our count 3 balls and 2 strikes. (101). He's at 101 for pitches. Here's the pitch from Latterberg. That pitch is taken for strike 3. Called strike 3, and that'll do it for the top of the 5th inning. The Pirates score no runs. They leave 1 runner on base. We're going to head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Wapsie 7, Alburnett 2. We'll be back here in just a minute. All right, we're back for the bottom of the 5th inning. Hebner, Shannon, and Kelly are due up for the Warriors. The exact same hitters that were due up the last inning because they did bat around in that last inning. So Hebner's 1 for 1. He's also drawn a walk. That takes the first pitch up and in for a ball. Manny was my Paw Patrol guy. Actually, Mason Harder's favorite show is also Paw Patrol when he was a kid. That pitch is hitting down the third base line, and it's fair ball. Hebner rounds first. He's going to try for 2, and he'll get in there sliding with a stand-up, with a sliding double. That went right down the third base line, just over the third base bag. That'll bring up Garrett Shannon. It's good to see Hebner back hitting. I'm sure his confidence is sky high right now. Half of hitting is mental. It really is. You go up in that batter's box thinking anything but focusing on the pitcher, and it can mess up your mechanics. And I think Hebner's back. Shannon steps out, calls for time. Shannon's 1 for 2. He said his favorite TV show is Sophia the First. That pitch gets away from the catcher, but no advance by Hebner. Zach, are you familiar with that show? He's laughing. You think Shannon was just joking around with me? You do? Might be pulling my leg, huh? He squares to bunt, but he fouls it off. Yeah, he bunted for a hit last time. That's right. Good call there, Zach. Yep. Manny steadying on second base. Smith is ready, and Shannon shows bunt, and he bunts it foul. That makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Smith is only at 24 pitches. He's thrown 5 so far this inning. But he's also taking his time. Shannon asks for time. He steps out of the box and takes a swing. Steps back in, and he's ready. Here's the pitch. Pitch is taken outside for a ball that came in at 76 mile an hour. That fastball couldn't find the outside corner. That evens our count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. So that's the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Justice Kelly. Justice got a hit in his last at-bat. Hit it right up the middle. It glanced a little bit off the second baseman's glove and into center field. He's also reached on an error. But he's 1 for 3. He fouls that first one off. Gave that pole a bit of a ring. Again, I don't think we have an outside mic working right now. We were having issues trying to get the headset working, and I think they used the spot that's normally reserved for the outside mic, so you probably can't hear a lot that's going on outside. So you just have to listen to me. I'm entertaining enough, right, Zach? He laughs. That pitch gets away from the catcher, so advancing to third will be Hebner on the wild pitch. PA announcer called it a pass ball. I think that's a wild pitch. That was well in front of the plate. Kelly gets his sign. He'd like to get that runner in. Justice only has 12 RBIs on the season so far. He doesn't get a ton of scoring opportunities or RBI opportunities. He takes that pitch for a strike. Makes the count 1 and 2. Kelly will have to protect the plate now. He's only struck out 5 times so far this season. He leads the team in that category as far as the lowest. He hits that one right to right field, and that's going to be a base hit. He just dropped the barrel of the bat on that, and that's going to score the run. A little light liner. Well, that'll give him an RBI, his 13th on the season. He got 8 times. So the last time, Babers was telling me last time the first time he was at first base, he was thrown over. He was trying to picked off 8 times. Let me get the words right. So let's see if Smith throws over. That was when Rose was pitching. Smith hasn't thrown over as much as at first base. And he'll come home here. First pitch swung on and miss. Jake Shore comes into the game batting .380. He's 1 for 3 in this game. His favorite show was also SpongeBob SquarePants. You guys going to sing it? That pitch is taken for a ball. They're singing it behind me. I wish my mic could pick it up. We have some backup PAs. And oh, that ball's scorched up the middle and through for a hit. Rounding second and going to third is Justice Kelly. Shore with a nice solid single up the middle. They'll put runners on the corner with only one out. And that brings up the Warriors' most dangerous hitter, Tucker Latterberg. He's 1 for 3 in the game so far. So I look at 1 for 3, and I'm going to tell you that Tucker Latterberg is due because his batting average is .435 on the season. So he's due for a hit. The catcher goes out to visit with his pitcher, maybe talking about some strategy. They look toward their dugout. I bet they're talking about how to handle Shore. Shore has 13 stolen bases on 14 attempts. He might be going here. And he does have a good-sized lead. So Smith steps off. Out comes the catcher again for another meeting. This time the coach will join him. That'll be Coach Ryan Stensland. Had a really good conversation with Coach before the game. Told me practically anything I wanted to know. He said, I'm just gonna talk to you a lot about baseball, and you write down whatever you want to say. Oh. He did say that with their districts already set, that he would apply a different pitching strategy with this. And he is bringing in a different pitcher. So I'm going to be back with the changes since. Okay, our pitching change is Caves. Lakin Caves, he's an 8th grader. He's only pitched in 1 game. Thrown 1 inning, gave up 1 run. Also, the other moves, Foster moves to second base, and Smith moves to shortstop. Rose moves to third. So that's the changes in this inning. And while we're doing that, I'm going to plug our sponsors. This season's live stream is sponsored by Access Systems. They're an Iowa-based company with offices across the state of Iowa and surrounding states. They feature copiers and printing solutions along with IT and phone solutions. They keep offices connected. I'll get to the other ones later. As we're ready to play ball, Tucker Latterberg steps in to face Caves. Caves gets his sign. Tucker asks for time. He steps out. Here's the pitch from Caves. It's swung on and missed for strike 1. Makes the count 0-1. I'm sure Latterberg would love to get that RBI at third base. The wind's picked up just a little bit. That's blowing in. Slight breeze. That pitch is taken upstairs for a ball. Don't know if you can see the flag in your live stream. It's straight away center. The breeze has picked up just a little bit. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken down low. It gets away from the catcher, but no advance. Makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Caves. That pitch is taken inside corner for a strike. That'll even the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken high for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Tucker's favorite show as a little boy was also SpongeBob. I don't remember if I said that yet or not. I'm kind of bouncing around here. I think I have mentioned them all. Nope, there is one. I didn't say Hesse's. That pitch is skied up in the air, and that's going to bounce right on top of our press box for a foul ball. We'll send Tucker Latterberg the bill for that dent. I'm sure his parents can afford it. Are they sitting outside there? Here's the pitch. That pitch is swung on, hit right up the middle. The shortstop picks it up and go to first, but that'll score justice. Let me get that scoring down. That's Smith to Sauer. Advancing to second is Shore. That'll go down as an RBI, though, for Latterberg. I believe that's his 23rd of the season. And that'll bring up Jackson Kuhlman. Jackson was the Ed, and Eddie fan. Makes our score 9-0. First pitch is taken for a ball. Was that called a ball? Yeah. One 1-0 pitch. That pitch is taken up and in for ball 2. Kuhlman had to get back just a little bit. Kind of brushed him back. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Yeah, Kuhlman's got 11 doubles on the season. A third of his hits. He has 33 hits total on the season. 11 of them are doubles. Here's the pitch. That pitch is down low in the dirt. Catcher's able to corral that one. Makes the count 3 balls and 1 strike. There are 2 outs in the inning. Shore is standing out at second base. He's got a big lead. That pitch is swung on and fouled off. Our count is full. 3 balls and two strikes. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on, fouled straight back. Kuhlman is battling. Nine to 2 is our score. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So 2 more runs across the plate for the Warriors. But back to my sponsors. Big thank you to Vandale Insurance in Fairbank. They can help you with auto, home, health, life, crop, and commercial insurance. Talk to Amber or Chad Vandale or any one of their fine agents. Costa's Sports Bar and Grill in Fairbank is also a sponsor. If you're looking for a nice place to watch the game or take the family out for dinner, they do it all at Costa's Sports Bar and Grill. Stop in and say hi to Benny and Nita. Thank you for becoming a sponsor and supporting our Wapsie Valley Baseball live stream. We'll be back in just a minute for the top of the 6th inning. We're ready for the top of the 6th inning. Reporting the nice sitting next to the K-Way guy can hear the score updates. Don Bosco won tonight, 19-2, I believe. First pitch is fouled off. And they did upset Newman Catholic the other day, or last night. I think it was like 11-7. I forget what the score was, but 18-7. Here's the pitch from Latteberg. It's grounded toward the second baseman. Picks it up, throws it to first in time. That was from Shannon to Kuhlman. Cooper Foster's now at the plate. Cooper's favorite team is also the Cubs, but his favorite player was Javi Baez. That pitch is up and in for a ball. Latteberg is still in at pitcher. He's at 105. He gets 5 more pitches before he has to come out. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken for a strike. Cooper's 0 for 1. He struck out. That pitch is swung on and missed. For strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strike. Foster was also hit by a pitch earlier, so he's been on base. He calls time. This will be pitch number 108 for Latteberg. That pitch is taken outside. He's still hitting 83. That evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Latteberg still has his fastball. That pitch is swung on, dribbled right toward the first baseman. Kuhlman picks it up and steps on first to retire Foster. So he's sitting at 109. This will be Latteberg's last batter, regardless what happens here. Here's the pitch. Oh, did it hit him? Nope. He got out of the way of it. Makes the count 1 ball and no strikes. Caves is in the batter's box now. He's now the pitcher. That pitch is taken for a strike. Evens our count 1-1. I didn't get a chance to ask Caves his favorite team. He was also helping with the junior varsity when I was going around and visiting with the players. That pitch is taken down low for a ball. Makes the count 2 ball and 1 strike. Caves is 0 for 2 in the game so far. He's got 8 hits on the season so far. Here's the pitch. Didn't quite cross the plate, and that makes the count 3 balls and 1 strike. Latteberg takes a deep breath. He's going to have to battle back here. And here's the pitch. That pitch is taken down low for ball 4. So that'll do it for Latteberg. We're going to have a pitching change. We'll be back with the changes here in just a minute. Yeah, fellas. So Manny moved to center, right? Jackson will go out to left, right? And then Tucker going to first. That ball is skied up in the air toward the foul and out of play. I did that. Forget to take the mute button off again. I thought I hit it. So I'm sorry, folks. I've been doing the play-by-play. You just haven't been able to hear me. K-Way guy looked at me like, yeah, that's an amateur. Oh, I haven't done that for a few games, so give me a little bit of credit. That pitch is down low for ball 4. So that'll load the bases. The Pirates have an opportunity here to get back into this game. Score is 9-2. All of this is coming with 2 outs in the inning. Shore goes out to visit with Breyer. So Stensland steps in. There's a strike. Called strike one. Stensland's 0 for 2 in the game. Fellow Cubs fan, like Stroman. There's a pitch. Fouled off to make your count 0 and 2. So I don't know at what point I unmuted it, but Braden Smith's favorite team was the Mets. His favorite player is Lindor. Rose is a Cardinals fan. Favorite player is Barry Bonds. That pitch is chopped up the middle. Let's see if Justin can get it. He can get it, but he can't quite. And the runner is going to try to score. He's safe. So they scored 2 runs on that play. That'll go as an infield single. So that's a 2-out single. Justin was able to dive and get the play, but he couldn't quite get out of his glove to flip it to the second, but to Shannon. That pitch is taken outside for a ball. So that'll make our score 9-4. That first run will get charged to Latteberg. There's the pitch taken outside for ball. Makes the count 2-0. It seems to be plugged in. It's not plugged in down there. Our velocity reader is showing low battery, trying to figure it out. That pitch is taken for a strike. Makes the count 2-1. Runners on first and second. Here's the pitch. That pitch is swung on and fouled off. Makes the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rosick is 1 for 2 in the game so far. He was a Cubs fan that said he liked Molina. Here's the pitch from Bellis. The pitch is swung on and chopped foul. Our count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rosick has also gotten a walk in this game. Here's the pitch from Bellis. That pitch is, oh, he leaned into that one. Oh, they're hit by pitch. Yep. I think they're going to confer. The umpires are going to confer. It looked like he leaned into the pitch, and that's what Bellis is saying to the infield umpire. So Bohr is going to talk with Richards, and they're going to discuss it. The rules do state you have to make it some attempt to get out of base or get out of the way. But they're going to keep him on at first, so that's going to reload the bases. And that'll bring up Lincoln Stensland. He's a junior. He told me his favorite teams is the St. Louis Cardinals. Favorite player, though, was Matt Holliday. A pitch is taken upstairs for a ball. He was the one I was talking to about the Molina thing. I'm like, don't tell me it's Molina. Nope, my favorite player is Matt Holliday. He's 1 for 3 in the game so far. That pitch is taken outside for ball 2. Warriors have got themselves in some trouble this inning. Here's the pitch taken upstairs for ball 3. Makes the count 3 balls and no strike, and no place to put him. Here's the pitch from Bellis. That's taken for a strike. There he goes. That's the first strike of the at-bat. Makes the count 3 balls and 1 strike. Here's a pitch from Bellis. It's swung on and fouled back out of play. That makes the count 3 balls and 2 strikes. I'm sure Bellis has been in these situations before. He's played a lot of travel ball. I know his dad, Ryan Bellis, I'm sure he's practiced with him quite a bit, but that ball is taken upstairs for ball 4. So that'll walk in a run, making our score 9-5. And Coach Jakin is going to come out and talk to his pitcher. I'm sure he's just going to talk to his pitcher, try to calm him down. This has been a big inning for the Pirates. They've got 3 runs so far in this inning. Jakin is done with the meeting. And the base runners will all return to their bases. They were conferring with their third base coach. Got a courtesy runner. Number 30 comes in. That's Osman. The first pitch is taken down low for a ball. That was number 30, right? That pitch is skied up in the air. Justice is getting back, and he makes the catch at shortstop position. So that'll do it for the Pirates. They did score 3 runs in that inning, making our score Warriors 9, Alburnett 5. We'll be back for the bottom of the 6th inning in just a minute.
Briars at 27. I repeat, Briars at 27.
All right, we're back here for the bottom of the 6th inning. Bellis, Hesse, and Harder are due up for the Warriors. Bellis is 1 for 2 in the game. I'm sure they're going to be shooting off their fireworks in Fairbank. Not sure if we'll be able to see them here or not. I thought I saw. Nope. Not sure we'll be able to see them out here or not. That pitch is taken outside for a ball. Makes her count 1-0. Yeah, I don't think it's plugged in. Trying to figure out the velocity reader. That pitch is taken down low for ball 2. Yeah, it's got to be plugged in somewhere. There you go. You did it. Good job. Hayden Hilsebeck figured it out for me. Makes the count 3-0. That pitch was outside and low. Here's the pitch. That pitch is outside for ball 4. I shouldn't have to adjust that. It should be able to start off.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 24, Blake
Okay.
Hesse.
That'll bring up Blake Hesse. Blake is 1 for 2 in the game. Blake's got 2 RBIs. He's also had a walk. Bellis gets his lead over at first. Here's the pitch. He shows bunt. Off to second goes Bellis, and he's going to be in there safely for a stolen base.
Bellis steals second base.
That first pitch called a strike or a ball? Strike. So 0-1's the count. Hesse calls for time. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken for strike 2. Caves is ahead of Hesse, 0-2. Here comes the pitch from Caves. That pitch is swung on and missed, but it gets away from the catcher. Advancing to third will be Bellis, and Hesse will be safe. I think that's the second time he's reached on a drop third strike.
Stepping up to the base for the Warriors, number
So that'll put runners on the corner with nobody out. I'm sure the Warriors would like to get some of those runs back they gave up in the top half of the inning. Harder's 0 for 3, but he made contact the last time at bat. He throws down a bunt, but that's going to go foul. Makes the count 0-1. Nathan Richards goes over and grabs that ball. The home plate umpire. Here's the pitch from Caves. Swung on, check swing. Did he go? Yep, he did. So that'll make the count 0-2 on Harder. Harder also likes Paw Patrol. Him and Manny Hebner. Maybe they were watching it together. Well, couldn't have been as kids because Harder moved into the district a few years ago. Well, you never know. Maybe they did. Maybe they still watch it together. Paw Patrol. Here's the pitch from Caves. That's taken outside for a ball. One ball and 2 strikes is the count. Here's the pitch. Pitch is taken outside, and advancing to second is Hesse. So that'll go as a stolen base for Hesse. They got the infield drawn in. So here's the pitch. That pitch is swung on, hit toward the second baseman. He's going to come home with it into slide. Oh, he's safe. They called him out. Richards called him out. Close play. So let me get that scored here.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 34, Manny Hebner.
Danny Hebner stands in now. He's had a fantastic night. He's 2 for 2. He's also a walk. He's got a double and has scored 2 runs.
I'm still trying to get this. I hit the wrong button. So he's out at home. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Advancing to second is Harder. Almost should have called that defensive indifference, but I'll give him the stolen base on that. Here's the pitch. Oh, went down to third baseline a little far. The catcher will chase him back. There's nobody standing on third, so Hesse can run all the way down the line as far as the third baseman's going to go. So the count's 0-2. That was a bunt attempt. He did offer at it. Here's the pitch. It's taken upstairs for a ball. Manny Hebner, he's laid down a few bunts. He's got 5 sacrifice bunts this season. He leads the team in that category. Here's the pitch from Caves. That pitch is taken down low for ball 2. Infield is still in. They're trying to cut down the run at home. Caves looks in. He's taking his time. And here's the pitch. That pitch is taken upstairs for ball 3. Run the count full. Hebner asks for time. He grants it. My grandson just hollered in, "Bye, Papa. Going to see fireworks." Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled off for out of play. Caves checks his sign and comes set. Here's the pitch. That pitch is outside for ball 4. So nice battle back by Hebner. That'll load the bases for the Warriors. And that'll bring up Garrett Shannon. Garrett is 1 for 3 in the game. That was his 5th hit earlier in the game. Here's the pitch from Caves. It's taken for a strike. So he didn't show bunt. That's a tough play with the bases loaded because you've got to force out at the plate. So they're hoping Shannon can make contact here and get that run home. That pitch is taken upstairs for a ball. I mentioned earlier in the game that Shannon is good at making contact. He doesn't strike out very often. I say that, and he has struck out twice in this game, but he's 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. Now he shows bunt. He gets it down in front of the plate, and he's going to flip it, and he's going to be safe at home. Hesse scores from third. Justice Kelly will stand in now. Makes our score 10-5. Justice he's 2 for 4 in the game. He's got a score to run, drove in a run. Got an opportunity here. Takes that first pitch for a strike. So that'll go as a sacrifice bunt. Safe on the fielder's choice. But that does drive in a run for Shannon. That pitch is skied up in the air to the right field. Tagging on the play is Harder. Harder's going to try to score, and he's going to be out at home. Wasn't quite deep enough. So the Warriors do get 1 run back, and our score is now 10-5. We're going to head to the final 7th inning here in just a minute. All right, we're back for the final inning. Top of the 7th inning. Briar Bellis is still pitching for the Warriors. He's going to face the 7, 8, and 9 hitters, which is Baker, Foster, and Caves. So let's see if Bellis can finish the job and deliver the Warriors' 20th victory of the season. That's what's on the line here. That first pitch is taken inside for a ball. Baker is 1 for 2 in the game. His favorite team is the Boston Celtics. He hit that one right up the middle for a base hit. So that's a leadoff single. But his favorite player, athlete, is Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is his favorite athlete. But that'll bring up Cooper Foster, the sophomore. Cooper is 0 for 2 in the game. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken down low for a ball. Baker's got 8 stolen bases so far this season. Let's see if he takes off running. He has been caught 3 times. He's 8 for 11. It is a little bit more difficult trying to steal off of a left-handed pitcher because you got the pitcher staring right at you. So here's the pitch. That pitch is taken for a strike for strike 1. Makes the count 1 ball and 1 strike. That Bellis will throw over to first. Baker is back safely. Foster is the second baseman. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2. I mentioned earlier, Cooper only has 1 hit on the season. Foster asks for time. The umpire grants it. He is just a sophomore. He's down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Bellis. The pitch is taken for a ball. Baker takes off for second. He'll be safe as Shore was unable to get a hold of the ball. Foster asks for time. He steps out of the batter's box. Here's the pitch. A pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. So that's the first out of the inning. It's a huge out for Bellis and the Warriors. That brings up Lake and Caves. He's 0 for 2 in the game. Here's the pitch. The pitch is taken for a strike on a 60-mile-an-hour breaking pitch. So Caves is down 0-1. Here's the pitch from Bellis. That pitch is taken outside for a ball. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Cave steps back in there. And here's the pitch. That pitch is taken inside for a ball. Makes the count 2-1. On deck is Braden Smith for the Pirates. He doesn't represent the tying run. That ball is taken down low for ball 3. Well, Bellis needs to throw a strike here. Here's the pitch. Swung on, popped up in the air. Kuhlman calls, oh, that's Latterberg over there, calls for it, makes the catch. Here's the pitch. The pitch is swung on and foul. Braden is a junior for the Pirates. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken upstairs for ball 2. 2-1's a count. The Pirates do have quite a few juniors in their lineup. I believe they've only got one senior on the team, and he's not even here. It's Noah Hamilton. That pitch is taken for a strike, for strike 2. The deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Let's see if Bellis can finish it off here. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled straight back for foul ball. Bellis gets his sign. And here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Short drops it. He's going to have to throw to first. And he does. And he gets the out at first. So drop third strike. Out at first. And that'll do it for the Warriors. What an exciting game. So let me get you the numbers here. Winning pitcher will be Tucker Latterberg. Losing pitcher is Rose. Yeah, I'll bring up the box score. So Tucker will go to 6-2 on the season. The Warriors got 11 hits in that game, scoring 10 runs, had 5 walks, only struck out 7 times. Briar Bellis came in on relief, finished off with 1.1 inning, gave up 2 runs. Latterberg gave up 3 runs. For Alburnett, they scored 5 runs off 7 hits. They walked 8 times, struck out 9. Their losing pitcher is Carson Rose. He falls to 4-3 on the season. And Alburnett will fall to 16-14 on the season, while Wapsie Valley improves to 20-10. Our next game for Wapsie is at home against North Tama on Monday night, with varsity game starting around 7 o'clock, about 30 minutes after the JV game. Alburnett will be in Edgewood next Monday night for a doubleheader against Edco. Their first game is starting at 5 o'clock. Also wanted to announce the postseason brackets have been announced, and the Wapsie Valley Warriors will get to host their first district game here at Wapsie Valley Field. It'll be July 1st on a Saturday night. They get to play the Postville Pirates. Postville is 0-15 on the season, but it's going to be our first game under the lights in our own stadium for district play. That'll wrap things up here at Wapsie Valley Field. The Warriors win 10-5. Everybody have a good evening. We'll be right back here Monday night with the live stream. Hopefully everything goes okay, but everybody enjoy the rest of the night and have a great weekend. Take care. Good night.